Hello, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you're dialing in from. My name's Marcus. I'm one of the customer success managers here at Sendible, and welcome to today's webinar where we'll be doing our best at trying to make Facebook's business manager as simple to use as possible. And today I will be in the place of an agency owner, and I will be working with one of my new clients to form a partnership and to get control on some of their assets, aka their Facebook and Instagram pages. But before I get started, I will just help introduce you to the platform. So for those that haven't been to one of our webinars before, you can engage with the chat using the options in the bottom right hand side of the page. So I'll just say hello, or Heather and Julie are saying hello. So feel free to say hello to everyone in the chat. And to the tab to the left of the chat is a questions tab. So if you have any questions in regards to business manager and setting up partnerships and getting your hands on assets, please type the questions in the questions tab, and we'll leave 10 minutes towards the end to go through and make sure we answer any questions live. And for those that have joined us before, you do know before we get started, we do a little icebreaker just to make people sort of feel comfortable. So as we're quite international, and you can probably tell from my accent that I am based in England, London, why don't you let me know where you're dialing in from? And also, as I'm a Londoner, we are obsessed with the weather. So what's the weather like in your region as well? Happy to let you know that London has had all 4 seasons today. It's currently sunny, but it was raining just a few minutes ago. And that is a typical April day. So let's have a look here. We've got Kathy dialing in from Edmonton, AB Treaty 6 territory. Excellent. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Margie. Hi, Savannah, based in West Georgia. We have Christine in Canada. Snow is melting. Really? Wow. Well, I'm sure that means the sun is on its way. Julie from northern Minnesota. Hello, Erin from Jersey. Gorgeous, sunny, 80 Fahrenheit. Wow, I'm very jealous. Nicole, it's freezing rainstorm yesterday. Where are you, Nicole? Chris is that Nevada, Chris? Sorry, me and my American state acronyms are not all the way there. Winnipeg, Canada, Melissa. Loads of people dialing in from all over the globe, so that is fantastic. And welcome. Okay, great. So please, if you haven't answered, Jason, nice to meet you. Indiana, USA. Apparently, we're having the same weather as London. Glad to hear it. Well, it depends on what stage you're at, but it will be good at some point. Right, I will start to share my screen, and I've got a few tabs open today. So I'm going to share my entire screen. There we go. If I could just get a thumbs up in the chat when you can see what should be the calendar. It should be here now. Just give it a second. Hopefully you can see the calendar. Nicole, thumbs up. Thank you. Right. I've got a few tabs open. Now, as I mentioned, today's session, we will be looking at Facebook's Business Manager. To get to Business Manager, you need to use the following URL. I'm going to add this here to the chat. Okay, the reason I want to add this URL to the chat is because I normally tell people to go to business.facebook.com/settings. But sometimes browsers like to attach a little bit extra to that URL. And sometimes it might take you, if it adds like a latest, then it might take you to Meta Business Suite. And we're not covering Meta Business Suite today. We're covering business settings or the business manager. So if you do find yourself in the Meta Business Suite, feel free to, I believe it's settings, and you can go to business settings, and then that would reload the tab and take you to where we need to be. So with that being said, let's get rid of Business Suite and let's start at the splash page. So once you go to business.facebook.com/settings, you will be presented with the businesses that you either own or have access to. Okay. And it's mandatory to use Business Manager that you need to have a business. So if you do not have any options here, please go ahead and start to create a new business. And if you're working with any potential clients, they would also need to make sure that they have a business so that your business and their business can become partners. So with that being said, let's take a look at the Sendy agency, which is going to be my business today. So here's the Sendy agency. Now, the first thing we have under business settings is users. And under users, we're going to take a look at people and partners. People are my colleagues that are part of the Sendy agency. So for those that have been on our webinars before, you will be familiar with Anne and myself and Savannah and Heather. And all of us combined make up the team members of the Sendy agency. Okay, so you can add people, and you can add people just by entering an email address. And the email address does not need to be their Facebook email address. It just needs to be their contact email address. And then the links within the email would sort of prompt them to access their personal Facebook account. Okay, and then once they accept your request, they will become people in your business. The next thing I need to do is now to work with my client. I need to become partners with one of my clients so I can then add their pages to my Sendible account. So right now, the Sendy agency has a dashboard, but I don't have access yet to any profiles. And when I do go to add my profiles, let's say Facebook and Instagram in this session, I don't yet have access to my client's Facebook pages, only my own Facebook pages. So the purpose of today's session is to become partners with my client, Julie, and to have access to Julie's Facebook page and Instagram page so I can connect it to my Sendible dashboard. So what you need to do is head over to your business manager, head to your partners, and then we need to become partners with our client. So at this point, I don't want to share my assets. I want to get access to my partner's assets. So I'm going to add a new partner and request assets so I can do work on their behalf. So in order for me to get started, there's a few things that I need from my client. The first thing I'm going to need is their business. Well, they will need a business manager account, as discussed. I will also need their business ID, and I'll show you how to get that. I'll also need their name and email. So we covered how to create a business account. Okay, you go to the splash page and you simply say create a business, and there's a very simple form to complete. Now, once you have that and you load your business, the business ID I need can be found in a number of places. First and foremost, it's up here in the URL, business ID, and then 585. Alternatively, when you get to this view, scroll down, get to business info, and then you can see the ID is clearly here. So as I'll be partnering with my colleague Julie, I'm going to ask Julie to provide me with her business ID in the chat here. So we should all be able to see Julie's business ID in the chat ending 094. And now I can begin the process of going to partners and adding a partner. So when I get started, I know that my contact's name is Julie, so that's the easy part. And I always mess up her surname, so sorry, Julie. Okay, and then I want to paste in her business ID, which is this here. And that's great. Okay, and then my business information will be shared with Julie as well. So she'll know that Marcus wants to become a partner. Here's my business ID. And then I'm going to select our roles. So I am the agency. Julie is the brand or business. So this is the overall shell that I want. So the next thing I want to do is to request. What am I missing? Why is it not loading here for me? Bear with me, it doesn't seem to like something. Ah, Julie, your email. Oh God, sorry. Thank you. So it's not the surname, it's the email. So Julie at sendible.com. Thank you, Judy. Oh, and that is not your email address either. It's not just your surname I mess up, it's your first name as well. Right, now I can go ahead and request the asset types. And the asset types are the Facebook pages, the Instagram, the WhatsApp, the ad accounts, everything that Judy may have access to that I also want to work on. So, request the asset types. Now, because I'm working with Sendible, the only thing I really want is her page and her Instagram profile. So pages is her Facebook pages. And I also want to make sure I'm requesting the right permission. So in order for me to really manage that page, I want full control of the Facebook page. Okay, so that's now being requested. I also want access to her Instagram account. So I'll go down to Instagram account, and by selecting content would switch everything else on apart from insights, which is fine. All right, so I've requested a Facebook page and an Instagram account from Julie, and I've typed her email and her names correctly. So this is an overview of what I've asked. So I can add a custom message here as well. So I can say, hi, Julie, please provide access. Okay, and then I can send this over. And this will send Julie an email, and it will clearly let her know that Marcus wants access to her assets. And you can see below here that with the pages, I've requested the following permissions. And with Instagram, I've requested the following permissions. So this is going to be important so Julie knows what permissions I've asked, therefore she can provide them to me. Yes, Nicole, we are going to send this as an email. I'm going to invite Julie in to the chat so you can see what my potential client would see and what steps she would take. So I will stop sharing from here and I'll be back. And hi, Julie, how are you?
Hello, hello. And I'm going to share my screen
Thank you very much.
and show you what that email looks like.
Awesome.
So you've received a business manager partner request. And if I click on that, you can see that I have, I know who's sending it to me, which agency it is. And here's Marcus's custom message that he included. But as his client, his partner that he's working with, all I need to do is click the big blue button,
That's right.
and I will be taken directly to the page that I need to get to. He has requested permission. Let's get this out of the way. Requested permission, but I haven't automatically granted that. I can take a look and see that he would like to have access basically to everything. And here, activity messages and content. But I'm going to go ahead and respond to this request. And I get to choose which of my assets to share. And so it also provides me with a little bit of information about this Sendy agency. Are they verified? How many people do they have following them? Are they the person that I think they are? And now I get to choose my assets. And I'm going to grant them access to this Felcloak Adventures page. And I am going to turn on full control. I'm going to let them do whatever they need to because I'm hiring them to do that for me. And I see that I've also got Instagram accounts requested down here, and I'm going to do the same thing there. I'm going to grant them access to the Julie Felcloak Instagram account, and they've requested content, and I'm just going to leave that there. Insights they don't necessarily need. So I'm just going to confirm that. And then I'm going to say double check, gives you one last chance to double check that everything's okay. From Marcus to Julie, from the Sendy agency to Icewind Plains. Those of you in Canada, Winnipeg, I'm just south of you, will understand that name. And go ahead and approve that request.
Thank you, Julie. I think that was very clear. We'll just wait for that pop up to close.
I have seen this before. because I'm on the sport team, where this just really doesn't want to close. And it is okay. You may have to double check and you may have to do this again, but you can close this out if you wait long enough. And you may or may not see that you have the full access that you need. But I see that I am now a partner with them. I only have the Instagram account access. So I may need to go back to the email and kind of do this one more time to grant that Facebook page access as well.
Yeah.
That
Facebook
is
wouldn't be Facebook without having some
with some, yeah,
mini little issues that have to be solved. So technically, you would want to do this in a single sweep. But as
yeah.
Julie's well aware of some of the issues that people go through,
So I
we
can
can go
go
through
ahead
and
and click that share assets and give that another try with
yeah,
full control. Yeah. There we go. And now it's done. So I
yeah.
see both of them listed here. I see Facebook and Instagram. So again, if you get stuck there, you can go back and press that button again. Maybe that will click it through automatically, or otherwise either one of these share asset buttons on this screen should help. And we're all set to go.
Thank you, Julie. So if I bring my screen back up again,
And I will jump out for the time being,
I appreciate you. All
if I
right.
know how.
So if I refresh, we will see that it has been accepted, right? And this would go. So let me refresh here. Perfect. So I now have a partner that has accepted. Okay. And we have got it here. Now, there's a few things, even though I've now become partners with Julie, if I go back to my dashboard and I want to add her Facebook and her Instagram page, I won't yet have that access. Okay, it's still not here. And that's because, yes, my business has access to it, but I've not yet assigned it to any people. Okay, so if I look at pages, and then you can see, yes, I've got that access to Julie's Facebook page. Same with Instagram. I'll have access to the Instagram page, but I haven't added any people that would be able to manage the page yet. So yes, my business has access to it, but going back to the people like me and Anne and Savannah, we won't be able to manage that page until us as people have access to it. So we'll go to pages, select the page in question, and then we can now assign people. So I can assign myself to manage this page and give full control. Okay. Perfect. So now I've got access to everything here. And that means now Marcus can manage this page. Same for Instagram. If I go here, I can then add people from my business. So the 4 here that can manage the content, don't need insights for Instagram. Perfect. So what that means now is that when I go back here and try and add this to Facebook, we should have an additional page in our dropdown. So that is exactly what I'm expecting. The same would happen if I go to Instagram. That new Instagram page would be available in my list. Here it is. Right. So that is what you would do when you get access to a partner. That partner provides you pages, which they refer to as assets sometimes. And then you can then go in and assign your people to those new pages. Now, there is another way. So what I'm going to do is remove Marcus here. So we will delete, confirm. And if I'll do the same for Instagram. Right, so now, once again, we're going back to square one, where no one would be able to... okay, maybe Marcus is stuck on this one. But let's just go back to our partners. So we have a little message up here at the top saying that your partner has approved and it wants us to create a business asset group. So the good thing is it knows that this business has shared assets with us. We have the Facebook page and the Instagram page, and this is an asset group. So what I could do here is create a asset group and actually share that group, which has two assets shared by Icewind Planes, and I can make that available to one of my people. So rather than individually sharing pages, I can share that as an asset group. So we can go ahead and make sure we've got the permissions and create. And that would work in the same way. So now Marcus would have access to both of those pages. So once again, I could go back into here. And as we know, Instagram did disappear. So if we look at Instagram again, that should now be back. Oh, yes, and available for us. So we can go and add that page directly to my dashboard. So I hope that made sense. I hope that kind of allows you to, one, how to create a business, guide your clients and potential partners on how to create a business, access their business ID, and then send that partner request. Okay, so when you're adding, you can now have the options here. So if it's reverse and you are, let's say, the business and you want to provide your assets to the agency, then you can just give partner access to your assets. So you can kind of reverse it. Okay, we know the people are your team members and how easy it is to add your team members. All you need is an email. And then you can manage your pages and your Instagram accounts individually or as asset groups. All right, that leaves us with just under 10 minutes for questions. So let's go through the chats. I think some of the questions were coming in as a chat rather than the questions tab, but I will forgive you all. So let's see. So we showed Nicole what the email looks like. Savannah says it's so helpful. You're welcome. Chris, too bad Meta isn't helpful. Well, Chris, that's I can't comment. If I speak, I'm in trouble. We are happy to do Meta training and support for them. I would. Okay, Nikki, we will see if we can offer Meta training as part of a future webinar. So keep an eye out on the emails. Let's make sure I haven't missed any questions. Chris, I know this might be a dumb question. No question is a dumb question. But this process doesn't require the person or owner of the agency to be an admin on the Facebook page, correct? Let me read that question again. But does this process doesn't require the person or owner of the agency to be an admin on the Facebook page? Well, exactly, because you could go onto facebook.com and give someone access to the Facebook page, but that kind of trips people up as people leave businesses and join all the time. And then you're kind of giving just a single person access to a Facebook page rather than a business that you can manage via the people tab. So what we
Marcus,
like, sorry, Julie, go ahead.
when you're finished, I'd like you to allow me to share my screen.
Sure. I will stop sharing so you can share your screen
Okay.
now. But just to finish answering that question, so yes, we would like your business to manage that Facebook page. So your team members from that business can come and go and you can really control their permissions.
So this is that Facebook page.
Yes.
This is the Icewind Plains Facebook page, and this is the page roles. And as you can see, I am the page owner. Heck, I don't even have the agency in there right now and myself. Let me refresh that and see if it comes back up. So I actually would have expected the agency to show up, that Sendy agency to show up here, but not an individual person.
Am I at the bottom, Julie, by any chance?
Nope.
No. Okay.
So
Okay.
basically, the answer to your question, Chris, is no.
Chris says to follow up, I am the only person in the business. That would be great. But we would still recommend that you create a business in Business Manager and then add yourself as the person, the same way I did, where I was adding Marcus as the person and assigning myself to the pages.
Chris, and speaking from the support side, please create a Facebook business, because this is why Meta is moving to this particular process, because people leave businesses and businesses get transferred to other people, and separating your stuff from your business will save you so many headaches down the road. So yes, even if you're the only person, you're a single, sole proprietor, um, DBA type of business, still set up your business separately in case you want to shut it down, in case you want to sell it, in case you want to let you hire somebody. Maybe your business grows and you actually hire somebody. Now you get to add people to your business, or maybe you actually want to, get a partner. In order to get this partner access, you do need to have a business. So, yeah, I can't encourage that enough, and I think it's going to be required very shortly, if not already.
Thank you, Julie. Chris agrees he'll be doing it very soon. So thank you. Uh, and then Margie says, so basically, this makes the agency the admin, right? Rather than me, the owner of my business. Well, yes. And you would be the owner of your agency. So technically, you are still the admin. It just gives you a bit more control, as in, you may have a team member join. You can assign that team member to your business and give that team member access to some of the brands that you've already partnered with. Just seeing if anything else comes through. Oh, Margie gets it. Excellent. Thank you. Well, I hope that was useful. I know it's a bit daunting going into Facebook's backend and understanding the meta versus the business manager. But I really hope that we did a good job explaining it to you, understanding the importance of why it's great to have a business versus adding a specific Facebook user to a page. That can get quite messy as people come and go. Let's just see if Nikki's got a question for us here. I'm not sure, but we'll stay online for a couple more minutes. So if you do, let us know. You're welcome, Nikki. She said it was very helpful, and thank you. The recording will be available to everyone that's registered. We will email the recording, but they're also uploaded to our support portal. So support.sendible.com. Scroll down just a little bit and you'll be able to access all of the past webinars. And this should be available by next Tuesday, Wednesday. Excellent. All right, guys. Well, keep an eye out on your emails for the announcements for next month's webinars, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for the second one of April.
I have added a couple of links to the chat that include, it's a resource for requesting partner access and a resource for granting partner access that kind of walks you through those steps.
That's awesome.
So hopefully that's helpful. And if you want those, maybe we can include that in a follow-up email, or write into support.sendible.com and we can send them to you directly.
We can also get those added to the support article once we publish this webinar live.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Julie. I look forward to managing your company with the Sendi agency. And thank you, everyone, for joining. And we look forward to seeing you again soon. For those that are celebrating the Easter bank holiday, have a great one. Do not eat too much chocolate. Tell a lie, eat as much as you fancy. And we'll see you again soon. All right. Bye, everyone.